Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the next 10 days. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your recent past, your current energy in the near future, and we're going to go ahead and clarify that and just get some extra messages from the universe. All right, if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you're new, welcome. I do hope if you enjoy the messages, you'll consider subscribing, all that good stuff. And if you'd like a personal reading, that information's in the description box below or the About section of my channel. All right, let's get going and see what is happening for you guys. So I just want to say, I know you guys probably know this if you've been watching readings, but it doesn't matter what date this goes up. Whenever you click into it, it could be the following 10 days. So just know that the energy will make sense for you whenever you're meant to hear it. All right, so your overall energy, we have the Eight of Swords. Ooh, I like this, which makes sense. As I mentioned in your monthly readings, we're about to shift into the new North and South node, which is going to make a huge difference in all cardinal signs. And you're one of the cardinal signs: Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. So if you know anything about astrology, it's always good to look and see where those fall into your chart and how that's going to affect you. And just understand that this feels like a release. Anywhere that you have been feeling held back and just restricted in any way, shape, or form, this is Spirit's way of saying you're coming out of that place. So there's a sense of freedom. I keep wanting to say, I feel this sense of freedom. All right, so let's look at your recent past. We have the Page of Pentacles. There was an opportunity that may have seemed like you wanted it. Ooh, this is strong, because if you expected something to come about or you were hoping something was going to work out, this tells me that there's a reason that it didn't. You may not understand that right now. Ooh, yeah, it's okay. I hate to do the oohs and ahs and be all dramatic, but if you've been with me, you know how I am. If I'm passionate about something, I'm going to tell you. And this is, if you thought that you were meant to be with a certain person, because this feels like relationship, or something didn't work out and you're not quite processing yet, there's a reason. It would have held you back. It would have held you back significantly, and it just wasn't meant to be in your experience beyond this point. That's easier said than done. I get it. When we're hurting over somebody, we don't want to hear things like that. But I keep getting that feeling of you dodged a bullet. This could also be a job situation, something that you had hoped would work out, but had to come to an end, or there was an opportunity that you thought was supposed to be yours and you didn't get it because you may be meeting somebody new in a new situation. So just whichever one makes sense for you, just understand, as difficult as the emotions may be around that situation, it's to free you. So your current energy, we have the Moon, something's coming to light, the Five of Wands, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Again, I feel like they're going to reiterate the same message. The Five of Wands is telling me with the Moon, it's like you're fighting to understand something that hadn't been revealed or something that you didn't understand. That reason why, what I was talking about before, and this makes perfect sense. You're going to have the opportunity to understand why. It just hasn't come quite yet. The Moon can reveal a lot of different things. There's something around this feeling of Pisces and the Neptune and Pisces energy, which is almost like a dreamy type of feeling when we get to a place where we're thinking we want something so much, or we dream it up and we fight for it and we know it's meant for us, but it really isn't. And then the universe pulls the rug out from underneath us and we feel like, well, hell, I mean, that's not cool. So for some of you that may be in this place of thinking, I hope that there's another opportunity for this, I think this is Spirit's way of saying, please don't hold on to that, because it's just not going to come. So if you've been thinking somebody's going to be coming back around, I would hope that you could work on that energy. And I think they're just trying to ask you to work through this. Let's see what we get in the near future. So we have the Chariot in reverse with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands. So there's always an element of self-love. But I think if you look into some of these patterns that have been happening, you've learned, one, if you don't tell somebody what you want or what you expect, in a job situation, relationships of any sort, you find yourself almost having to learn this lesson over and over again, where the Queen of Cups comes in. It's the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Five of Wands, and then the Queen of Cups. And this tells me that in the past, you may have had an inability to really say exactly what you feel or the things that you want. This comes, time. We have to go through these things over and over again to realize that we have a right to ask for what we want. And the more we love ourselves, the more we feel capable of doing so. So when you believe, there's a belief system that's been worked on for a really long time around believing that you deserve the things that you desire. And the Page of Wands under here, it tells me, with the Chariot in reverse, the Queen of Cups, this could be around a Cancer energy. It's very watery type of energy, but you could be dealing with a Gemini as well. Pretty much everybody's here. With this Page of Wands underneath the Queen of Cups with the Chariot in reverse, it says things are just not going to move forward in the near future. It's like, you know this, you understand it. Again, you're going to be asked to take this time to reflect and really pour that energy back into yourself. And then the Page of Wands gives you an opportunity to not only see things from a new perspective, but it also is going to lead you into something that's going to be more exciting. He has such a wondrous look. He's looking at the top of that, like, what can grow from this? What can grow from this new perspective, this new feeling that I'm having? It does feel like feelings. It's like there's a new energy of getting excited. It's slow, but you start to get there after you release what didn't work out here in the past. Now let's see if there's a challenge for you. We have the Knight of Swords. This is a message, and there may be one that comes in that may be a little bit difficult to hear. So just be prepared. We get them. It's just when it comes out in a reading, it's like, I don't want to be sitting here waiting for this negative message. It's not that. You'll be able to deal with whatever comes towards you. But I think part of you is also a little frustrated with the types of energies that come in your life and out, and in and out, and they move very quickly. So I think this is a choice that you have to make around those types of people and energies in your life. So if they seem to come in and you allow certain things to happen, and then these people part, it's because they have to come in and teach you something again, and then they've got to leave quickly as well. So not only do I feel a message, but it also feels like quick moving energy, and that can be really challenging for you, especially if something's changing over these next couple of weeks and you feel like, wow, I just got this message and now everything's going to change and it's going to be quick, and that's uncomfortable. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify. We've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. So here we have the Five of Wands in reverse, where in the current energy, we have it in the upright. So in the past, where you weren't able to, I don't want to say you couldn't fight your battles, because I know you guys are capable of fighting your own battles. It's not that. It's there are those repetitive lessons, and I feel like I'm, I don't want to say the saying that normally comes out, but it's the same thing over and over again. You get what I'm getting at. With the Five of Wands in reverse, though, it's like that's what kept you trapped, is not seeing that. And sometimes the universe has to come in and bang us upside the head and say, this is something you've dealt with before. Free yourself of this. Because what's on the other side of it is so much more spectacular, especially when you pay attention to how much you love and give and what you need and want in return. So let's see. We got the Tower in reverse. Yeah. Something's falling apart, and I feel like there's a feeling of I have a lack of control around this situation. Six of Pentacles. But it's happening because of your nurturing nature and giving too much to something. So it has to be released, and that's the pattern. It could be just the energy. If you're not dealing with somebody and you've already released them, this is the energy around giving too much, and you realize that things keep blowing up every time you do that in your life. And this is them trying to say, I'm freeing you of this energy so that you don't go through this again. The Page of Pentacles in reverse with the Queen of Swords in reverse, Temperance. Interesting. So here's the thing, and you can get mad at me and you can cuss me out in the comments. I get it. It's not fun to hear this, but sometimes we have to be called out a little bit. If you are not patient with something and you want it right here, right now, that's where the pattern will repeat. So I think they're trying to teach you a little bit of patience in working through things and not jumping into things too quickly, especially relationships. So the Queen of Swords and the Lovers in reverse. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This has affected every area of your life. It could affect your finances. It affects your emotions. It affects everything that you do. So they want you to be patient. If there is a change happening in your work sector, again, they're asking you to be patient, especially if there has been financial strain and you feel like, I'm not happy with the way things are going. It's changing direction, meaning if the difficulty has been there and finances have been tough, that's because you're being put through a shift so that you can be enlightened what this new thing is going to be. Whatever it is, I feel like you've trained for this for a long time, or you have a lot of experience in it. So if you're getting a new job and it hasn't come quite yet, hold tight, because they're still making a decision. It could be between three people. I'm seeing the three energies that are showing up in that card. But you have the skills. There just hasn't been a decision made. So that's for some of you that are looking for a job. Now the Moon with the Five of Wands here, here's that Eight of Swords in the upright. So again, you may feel stuck, but what they're telling you is the overall energy is the Eight of Swords in reverse. So they're trying to free you during this time, even if you feel in the current energy like you're stuck. Like, God, I've been through this over and over and over again. When is this cycle going to stop? Well, the 17th. When the North and South node shift, things are going to start moving forward. You're going to be finding yourself going in a new direction. This is going to be a lot about really focusing in on career moves, what you want to create long term. So the next 18 months will be very focused on that, even if you're not changing jobs, even if just something needed to shift in the energy around your work. All right, so with the Five of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Ten of Swords. It feels like it, I'm sure. Like it's just a never-ending feeling of, ugh, is this ever going to end? The Chariot in reverse with the Queen of Cups, we have the High Priestess. In the future, this is Spirit's way of saying you got to hone in on your intuition. Maybe at times you felt like, well, I was following my intuition and it didn't lead me down the right path, or I feel like I made a mistake. You didn't. You were meant to go through that experience, but you're going to need to focus on it a little bit more, put a little bit more trust and faith into what you're seeing and feeling and the knowings that you get. So the Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands, we have the King of Swords. So a couple of things. This is somebody who's going to cross your path. It could be a new boss. It could be somebody that is like a mentor. It's definitely somebody who leads with complete and utter integrity. So if you're single and you're looking for somebody new, you're going to find a person who's able to not only tell you the truth, be very upfront and honest, but also draw the truth out of you. So if you've held back in the past with Queen of Swords in reverse up here, this person's going to have a way of just bringing out everything that's inside that you haven't been able to speak your truth about before. And that's because you feel comfortable or safe emotionally around this person. They're going to help give you this new perspective. It's a really nice energy. I like it. So this quick message could come from this person that I'm feeling. It's also a recognition. It's like this person helps put two and two together with why things would rush in and then sometimes leave as quickly as they came in. There's just going to be an understanding that you have. So the Knight of Swords, under that we have the Judgment. And again, this is your challenge. So it's making a decision around something. So July may still feel, or the next couple of weeks until the astrological shifts happen, you may still feel like, wow, there's just nothing set in stone yet. I don't quite know where things stand. Doesn't mean that you're not going to get the answers that you're looking for. It just means that this is a period of time where you just kind of need to step back and try to allow the flow as much as you possibly can. All right, so I'm going to get a couple of cards from the universe. Let's just see what they bring out next, if there's any more advice for you. Okay, so Justice. So anywhere that things had been imbalanced, they're trying to bring that balance back, even if it's uncomfortable. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So perfect. This is telling you, I think this is giving you that little bit of hope that things are about to shift and change. And whatever has to happen prior to this new beginning that's coming in for you, it's because things needed to be balanced out first, and then they're bringing you the Wheel of Fortune. So something had to shift. Some balance had to be had, energetically or otherwise. And then they bring forth this new beginning. And then we have the moon again. And this is something you didn't see coming. So I would keep yourself as open as possible during this time, even though with the moon feeling energetically a little confusing. Here, it feels very liberating. So I think you're going to be liberated because you're going to see why everything had to go the way that it did, why everything happened the way that it did, and the purpose behind these events. All right, my loves, those were the messages that I got for you today. I hope this helped. Thank you so, so much for being here. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you would like a personal, again, that information's in the description box below or in the about section of my channel. I love you guys so much. You will get through this. You will get through this time. And I swear to you, everything's going to be illuminated. You're going to understand it all. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one.